Welcome to Baz Travels. After driving 14,826 kilometers through 24 states and Washington, D.C., I've seen rocket launches to the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam. I've explored Route 66, ghost towns, deserts, snow, and beaches on both coasts. From Vegas casinos to Alcatraz, the White House to Hollywood. Join me for a journey of the ordinary and the extraordinary.
Loading destination. Simulation starting in 3, 2, 1. To look around, move your phone or tablet. Click and drag if on a computer or move your head if using a VR headset. Please like and subscribe.
The lower sections of Grand Mesa Scenic Byway pass through the landscape that has been used for movement and work long before it was recognized as a scenic route. This valley corridor has functioned as a practical pathway for centuries, shaped by geography rather than design. Long before modern roads, Indigenous people traveled through this region using river corridors and natural routes that followed the terrain. The Colorado River Valley provides reliable access through otherwise difficult country, supporting seasonal movement, trade, and long-distance travel. The land here was used strategically, not settled densely, because mobility matters more than permanence. In the 19th century, the same geography drew explorers, trappers, and later settlers. Routes through the valley allowed access to interior regions of western Colorado. Early wagon roads followed similar alignments to today's highways, staying close to the river where grades were manageable and water was available. As settlement expanded, the valley became a transport spine. Railroads were constructed through this corridor to move coal, agricultural products, and supplies. Towns developed along the routes not because the land was especially fertile, but because it connected larger systems of trade and industry. Movement, again, was the defining factor. The byway's modern alignment reflects those early decisions. Roads were built where the land already allowed passage. Engineers worked with existing contours rather than forcing new paths. That is why this section of the route feels different and utilitarian. It was never intended as a destination road. During the 20th century, industrial use intensified. Mining, power generation, and rail transport reinforced the valley's role as a working landscape. Infrastructure expanded along the river, further embedding the corridor as a regional connector rather than a scenic outlook. Only later was the broader route recognized for its geographic significance. As road travel replaced rail for many journeys, sections of the corridor were reclassified and promoted as part of the scenic byway. That designation did not change the valley's function, but it reframed how people understood it. In this lower section, the history remains visible through alignments and land use rather than preserved structures. Roads, rail lines, and cut slopes tell the story. The valley still operates as a passage, much it has always been. This part of the Grand Mesa Scenic Byway represents continuity. It shows how modern travel follows paths established by necessity, not aesthetics. The history here is not marked by monuments, but by repeated use over time. The landscape shaped by movement, connection, and long-term practicality.
Simulation terminated. Please comment, like and subscribe.